Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Scott's Recycling here again. God, I tell you, I have been punching this out and punching it out and trying to get it done, and yeah, I'm still far from it. Look, I've stacked up some motors over there underneath that bench. I've tidied up this area here, right. Uh, Still a lot of things that's got to be scrapped. Mate, this is well deserved. Jack Daniel Tennessee whiskey double jack, mate. 6.9. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. Well, okay, so, I got this here. I've still got that copper. That's some micro scrapping I've got to do. You know how it is. For those that know about scrapping, I've got to, you know, get the cutters and cut the plastic off and pull all that copper off out of there. I've got all that sort of copper in there. A fair bit. So I'm just trying to get me drinks. So I always like to turn my lid, wasp and whatever get in there. So I have cleaned down. Oh well, hello Luna. You wanted to get in the video, did you? I see. And so does everybody else. I've cleaned the steps down somewhat. You can see how the squiggly lines there from the Guernsey has cleaned that down. But anyway, so my copper bucket, well not bucket, but my copper thing underneath there is getting quite full. I've got to pull that copper out of that, what do they call it, heat sink, copper heat sink. I don't sell it like that. I'll pull that copper out of there and then chuck the rest in the extruded aluminium. Yeah. Anyway, so stand back a bit. So behind me is where, if you look at part one, my God, that was a mess, right? Right. You know it was a mess because you can see it. So okay. So just in that area there, I took that fridge off. But that's the only thing I've really put there, back in that area, only because I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to test it because the bloke reckons it works. If it's a good working fridge, sell it cheap, and you can find a good home. It needs a bit of a clean, but God, I can't be everywhere all at once. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to stand back here a bit and a bit more. I don't know. What do you tell me? What do you think? I have got oil stains all over the concrete and that. I have Guernseyd this area. Just with water. I haven't put any soap residue in my Guernsey, which I can do for concrete. I can do it for motors or whatever. But yeah, if you remember, against that wall there was all that heavy steel. That's gone. That went on that load in that last video. I did pick up a couple of white goods, filling them up with scrap steel. That's what I do. I'll show you. So, dog tins, and there's a spray nozzle there. I can't be bothered with, bits and pieces, some circuit boards that I got some chips and that off of. So, but this area was just totally chock-a-block full of compressor motors and stuff like that. You'd have to check out the other videos to see what I mean. So, yep. Well, got it partly cleaned, didn't I? It's a hell of a lot better than what it was. Yeah, like I said, I've got to attack those oil stains areas. I don't know, tip some petrol or whatever on it. If anybody's got any ideas how I can get them off. be good because I like to get it like that. Now that's pretty clean, but in saying that, I'll probably be hitting all this concrete 2 or 3 times over to get it, you know, somewhat decent. So yeah, you know, I mean, look, I've still got a lot to go, but I have cleaned up quite a lot. So there's me bin. I got rid of all my copper wire the other day for Christmas. I've only got that little bit in there. Call it dirty, call it whatever you like, it's still money, isn't it? You know, so at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, I've still got a lot. But this thing here, as you can see, barbecue thing on wheels. I was just going to run a bench across that and make that into another bench. I can pick up the other end and just walk it around to wherever I want it. But finally got the clothesline out. Look, see, no clothes are going to hit. Nothing's going to hit, goes under that post there. Nothing is going to hit anything here. Cleaned up the footpath along here. Got to remove those alley wheels. So you got to think, I've still got the rest of today, and right up until it's about 9 o'clock tomorrow. So now in this area, it's a matter of sorting, and you know, sorting and stacking everything neater. Clean up this area a bit more, you know. I mean, there's a steel bench over there that's got a container on it. Yeah, I'll push that back towards the other bench over there that's got all that stuff on it. I did get rid of a couple of those computer chairs, but I still got one there. I didn't realise I had it, otherwise that would have gone too. I'll check out, I think that's cast aluminum on there, so I'll probably pull that off. Pull the, I don't know, you know, I might keep it for just an outside chair when I'm scrubbing. I've got a couple others over there. But this is quite a big area. If you have a look at my first video, even my second video or my third video, I hadn't opened up this area like this. Okay, you can actually walk somewhere, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, and like I said, this is just a walk in the park. I've got 2 more areas I could show you, which I'm not going to because I just want to concentrate on this one area, because eventually all this stuff you see here, none of it's going to be there. Believe it or not, it's not going to be there. And the reason why is I only took on Scott's Recycling for one reason, really, and one reason only, and that was so I could get some money up into some cars I've got around here that I think deserve to be put back on the road. So what I do there is I make sure they're all running and that. I get a permit on it, because we've got to have a permit on it to take it on the road if they're unregistered. I run it to the roadworthy station. They'll do their checks. Doesn't matter if it comes back 20 long, right? The only person that matters to is me, and I will complete that checklist with no problems at all. I have done over and over and over again with every car I've had. I've sold quite a few, and there's a bit more money in cars, you know, and making someone, you know, I mean, when I sell a car, I know, right, that car ain't going to come back to me, and no car has ever come back to me. Now, I'm not a qualified mechanic, but I know my way around cars. four-wheel drives, etc. Trucks not so much, but you know, it is what it is. You know, a truck is pretty similar to a car. You know, it's got an engine. They all run the same thing, manual or auto. You know, I've got a ride on the lawnmower here. I need to do a couple of welds on. I've got to practice up on my welding. So, you know, I want to fix that. Yes, you can see there's a lot to do, but it doesn't take long. You know, I mean, there's some computer stuff or electronical stuff there, and that doesn't take long to undo a few screws and pull them down. Toaster oven there, that might have a motor in it or whatever. I'll pull that out, and then that goes over there on top of those white goods ready to go for scrap steel when they open. I have plenty of time for that. 9th of January is my yard when they open. So there's an aircon there I'll scrap out. There's one right there I'll scrap out. You know, plenty of copper. There's those motors just there. There's a couple just there. I've got more out elsewhere. There's my goons here that helped me wash everything down today. I've still got stainless steel sinks. I've got to take all that plastic off. You know, I've still got some tyres. Those tyres I don't scrap because they're the BMW tyres. Like I said, it's not a flash BMW, but they're there for the car at the front, which is on the road. There's a lot of copper and pipes and that in there that I've got to deal with. A lot of it's virtually just sorting and putting in its right spot. It's a matter of getting that right spot too. So a lot of my bins that were over there are now over there. There's one there that's got to go over there. Those two welders I put side by side just there. Oh, three welders I should say. There's a TV I started on scrapping that out. A couple of circuit boards I've got to get off. The low grade circuit boards old matey in Melbourne doesn't want, so I'll pull the copper off of them. Transformers, I've got a bin over there underneath that bench. That's full of transformers, about half full of transformers. That green bin behind that TV is almost full of electric motors. And then you've got all those sort of things that have got copper in it. So that steel thing there, it's got a red and some blue, and I think they're solenoids. So they've all got copper in it. I mean, you know, stuff like that is another day. You know, I can stack them up underneath the bench somewhere, and pull them down when I feel like it. The main thing is to get this whole area straightened up. Now, yeah, so there you can just see that gate over there. There's a couple of cars in the background you might be able to see. I've got to get those cars up here. And I can't get those cars up here until I whack right through all this stuff here. And believe you me, I will. Within the next... Well, look what I've done so far. I mean, this area was so high, like almost up to the creamy coloured part of the house. Actually, it was further than that. It was higher than that before I even showed you that video, the first video. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm somewhat getting there. Yeah, I've got transformers and all that I've got to sort out. Motors I've got to sort out. All the copper will be pulled out of these things, including these over here. But they're not copper motors. They are aluminium. I've already put the angle grinder through them. So what I'll do is cut all the aluminium out of there. I know it's not worth much. And then I'll sell the heavy steel. Because I've done well on that. So there's a fair bit of heavy steel there, down the bottom there. You know, there's one or two over there. some transformers down there. If I get lucky and I get a bit of copper out of them, sweet. If they're all aluminium, and so be it. I do stuff like iron the alley, so stuff like your whippersnippers and mowers and all that. Mowers, if they got the steel frame, I pull the motor off the steel frame, and I'll sell a motor with things like that. The iron the alley over there. That brings not a bad price. There's a whippersnipper up there, and I don't know how many down the other end of the backyard. Got to be careful for road work ahead there on the fence, but you know, eventually I want to get into that shed. Don't ask. don't ask, because yeah. I'll show you. I will show you one day, but yeah, there is still tons of work here, but I'm quite happy. Going to be rocking off into the 2023 with some space. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all this area here was totally full. Now, I haven't just picked this stuff up and stacked it somewhere else. I've been micro scrapping. I've been, if it was a motor laying somewhere, you know, I'd stick it over with my motors over there, or some underneath that bench over there. Eventually all motors will be together, especially if they're copper. I'll find that out eventually. But yeah, so these radiators here, I've got to get the steel off to make it copper red, you know, aluminium copper red. Chainsaw, I don't know what to do with that. But yeah, as soon as I pull that old barbecue frame out of there, I'm thinking about not making it into a bench, because I think I've got enough, and my bench is just filling up and filling up. I need to get them down, so I might just pull any metal off of that, pull that down, get rid of it. So that wouldn't be a big job in itself. It's just a matter of all the stuff on it. That's a big job. I'm hoping to get rid of all my circuit boards sometime in January, but there's no guarantee of that. That's a bit longer video, guys, but my God, you know, heaps I've got to do, heaps. There you go, some brass radiator of a car. That part over there. You know, that's what I mean. I'll keep all this stuff together. They won't stay there by the end of the night. They'll be stacked up in another area. Might even put them underneath that bench there, so they're just not there. I've got some fan. There's a fan over there I've got to pull down. I think I've seen another one over there I've got to pull down. Then I've got buckets and buckets of plugs that I've pulled off of wires, and fridges and freezers, and you know, list is endless, isn't it? So yeah, wow. And from here, it's only going to get better. It's not just getting pushed back, but it's all getting sorted into their right locations, into their right bins. all my circuit boards that are worth selling are going underneath the house. I've got an area for them that I'm stacking them up nice and neat. That's circuit boards, motherboards like out of computers, laptops, good circuit boards, low grade boards. I'm taking what I want off of them and throwing them in the white goods. So anyway, I thought I'd get this video out to you. There probably won't be another one. You know, obviously I'll work the rest of the day today until about 8, 9 o'clock tonight, because that's when it gets dark. I'll work up until about 8 or 9 tomorrow, then I'll stop. New Year's, I don't know if I'll do anything New Year's Day, maybe, don't know. And yeah, from the 2nd onwards I will be getting into that area over there. I would like to show you me scrapping some of this stuff down, but it's just so, what they call it, prestigious when you're micro scrapping, you know. So, you know, you gotta, you know, if I want the brass, if I want this to be nice clean brass, I have to get those screws out of there, you know, make sure that doesn't have a, I've just got to make sure I get all the steel off of it. You know, there's plenty of brass there, or I can just get myself another bin and call it dirty brass, which I'll think about it. If it's too hard to pull things down or it takes too long, I'll probably just do that. I try not to, because over here, cleaned out my dog's water, gave her nice fresh water, which I was meant to do ages ago, considering I'm the only one here that virtually cares about her. But you got so you got yellow brass and the other brass, but that's all clean. There's no steel or anything on that. So that's my brass bin. That was aluminium. That's totally out of there. This was my copper bin, another one of my copper bins, empty, ready to go again. I've already started, you know. Things like this radiator here, I'll pull out these 2 motors, pull out all this wiring, cut off any ends that will go in there, that radiator there, knock the plastic off each end, be nice clean allied red. Yeah, I'm going to be going at this for quite some time yet. But anyway, give you one last look. I've got some stuff on the trailer I've got to scrap out. I will do that before the end of the day. That's my next job. That's what I'm going to do now. I've only just picked it up and put it there so I can get the concrete somewhat of a cleaner state. I only washed that down with water with the Guernsey. I didn't put anything in my Guernsey to help me clean it. I could have, I should have, but I didn't. Anyway, ladies and gents, I hope you know that this making it look a bit better for me, and wish you all the best for the New Year's Eve. Rock on into 2023, guys. See yous all. Bye.